Imagine the dark silhouette of the Queen Mary, floating eerily on the calm sea under a moonlit sky. This grand vessel, once a beacon of luxury and human achievement, now harbors tales that veer into the realm of the supernatural. Tonight, the whispers of the ocean blend with the murmurs of a different kind, those from the ship's storied past. As the waves lap gently against the hull, the Queen Mary's imposing figure casts a long shadow over the waters, suggesting the depth of its mysteries. This ship, a remarkable feat of engineering launched in the early 1930s, has sailed through decades of history. From the glitz of high society's sea voyages to the somber days of wartime service. But it's the stories of what lingers in the after hours that grips the imagination. Unseen passengers whose journeys have supposedly never ended. Spectral presences felt in the chill of the night air. As we delve into the shadows of this majestic ship, whispers of its haunted past echo through the night. Launched in the 30s, the Queen Mary represented the pinnacle of luxury ocean travel. Constructed in the bustling shipyards of Clydebank, Scotland, this majestic vessel was a marvel of its time, destined to redefine the experience of crossing the Atlantic. The Queen Mary's maiden voyage in 1936 was a spectacle of grandeur and elegance. A floating palace, it was equipped with opulent dining salons, grand ballrooms, and luxurious staterooms, attracting the elite of society from Hollywood celebrities to European royalty. Its remarkable speed also set a new benchmark, capturing the coveted Blue Ribbon Award for the fastest transatlantic crossing. But the outbreak of the Second World War saw the Queen Mary's role dramatically transformed. Painted a camouflaged gray and stripped of its luxury, the ship was repurposed as a troop ship, aptly nicknamed the Gray Ghost. It played a pivotal role in the war, ferrying tens of thousands of soldiers across the seas. The ship's size and speed made it a vital asset, often sailing alone to outpace potential threats, a silent specter in the fog of war. Despite its wartime valor, whispers of tragedy and loss began to seep into the ship's storied decks. The scars of conflict were not just physical, but echoed in the corridors and cabins, setting the stage for the tales of hauntings that would follow. But as the wars ended and the seas calmed, the Queen Mary's story took a darker turn. Now permanently moored, the Queen Mary whispers secrets of her long and varied past. As the echoes of World War II faded, the Queen Mary transitioned from a stalwart troop carrier back to a luxury liner. It was during these post-war years that whispers of another kind began to fill the ship's grand corridors. Stories of ghostly apparitions and unexplained events started to emerge, particularly in places steeped in history and tragedy. One such area is the engine room, where a dreadful accident in the late 1960s claimed the life of a young engineer during a routine safety drill. Since then, many have reported seeing a figure in coveralls, presumed to be the unfortunate engineer, still wandering near the door of the engine room, perhaps forever tending to his duties. Another hotspot of paranormal activity is Room B340. This room, a regular guest suite, gained notoriety after numerous guests reported terrifying encounters. Lights turning on and off, covers being pulled from beds while they slept, and chilling disembodied voices. The tales became so frequent and so frightening that for a time the room was closed to the public. These spectral tales attract both the curious and the brave, seeking to uncover the truth hidden in her haunted halls. Whether drawn by a fascination with the paranormal or simply a love of history, visitors cannot help but feel a shiver as they walk the same decks that so many have traveled before, both living and perhaps dead. Many who walk the decks of the Queen Mary report encounters that chill the spine. Imagine strolling through the grand halls of this once glorious ocean liner, only to feel the inexplicable chill of the unseen, or hear the faint echo of a bygone era that refuses to be forgotten. These are not mere tales spun from the thin air of the sea. They are vivid, often shared experiences that continue to bewitch those who come aboard. Take, for instance, the spectral figure known as the Lady in White. Often seen in the ship's first-class lounge, she dances alone, her ethereal gown flowing silently. Witnesses describe her as a vision from the 1930s, lost in her own world, yet startlingly real to those who catch a glimpse. Does she wander in search of a long-lost love, or is she merely an echo of the ship's luxurious past? Then there are the sounds that permeate the stillness of the ship's abandoned pool area. Visitors report hearing the laughter and splashing of children where no living child is present. Imagine the eerie sensation of hearing joyful play where only silence should dwell. These auditory hauntings leave many to wonder if the remnants of youthful energy are etched forever into the very structure of the ship. Staff members, too, share their unnerving encounters. One night watchman spoke of hearing heavy footsteps following him in the engine room, a place where the air feels thick with the echoes of the past. Turning to confront his follower, he found the space empty, the footsteps ceasing as suddenly as they had begun. Each story, each whispered account contributes to the complex tapestry of the Queen Mary's haunted legend. Skeptics may doubt and naysayers may scoff, but one cannot walk the corridors of this historic ship without feeling a tingle of doubt, a question of what if. These stories, passed from one visitor to another, add layers to the ship's enigmatic aura. Armed with modern technology, ghost hunters seek to peel back the veil between the living and the dead. As the sun dips below the horizon, the air aboard the Queen Mary thickens with anticipation. A group of intrepid paranormal investigators equipped with an arsenal of tools begins their nocturnal quest. They move through the dimly lit corridors where whispers from the past seem to echo off the walls. Leading the charge is an EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon recorder, a device that's said to capture voices from beyond. The investigators keenly listen for whispers that aren't audible to the naked ear, hoping to communicate with the spirits who are believed to wander these halls. Next in their toolkit is the thermal camera. It cuts through the darkness, detecting variations in temperature. A sudden drop could indicate a spectral presence, a silent witness to decades of history etched into the very fabric of the ship. The team methodically sweeps the grand ballroom, a hotspot for ghostly sightings. A flicker on the thermal camera causes a stir, a cold spot in the shape of a human standing alone in the corner. Is it the famed lady in white, or perhaps another lost soul from the ship's storied past? Every creak and moan of the ship's structure under their feet might just be the call of the Queen Mary's eternal residents, each one eager to tell their tale. Each piece of evidence adds a new chapter to the ongoing story of the Queen Mary's otherworldly residents. As the night deepens, the line between legend and reality aboard the Queen Mary seems ever more blurred. The stories we've explored tonight weave a rich tapestry of history and mystery, each thread pulsating with the echoes of the past. Why does the Queen Mary captivate so many, drawing visitors from all corners of the globe? It is perhaps because within its iron-bound frame lies a curious blend of tangible history and the intangible allure of the paranormal. Here the walls do more than just talk. They whisper secrets of days gone by, of lives lived and lost, of joyous voyages and tragic endings. The Queen Mary serves as a floating chronicle, a vessel that has witnessed the extremes of human emotion. From the heights of luxury in its heyday as a grand ocean liner to the depths of despair during its stint as a wartime troop ship, the Queen Mary has seen it all. And in its retirement, it seems to hold tight to these memories, refusing to let them fade into the obscurity of forgotten lore. For those who walk its decks today, there is a sense of stepping into another era, a time slip made possible only through the preservation of this majestic ship. Each creak and moan of its structure might be dismissed by skeptics as mere mechanics of an aging vessel. Yet for believers, these are the signs of the ship's vibrant past refusing to be silenced. Perhaps some mysteries like those aboard the Queen Mary are not meant to be solved, but rather experienced. As we disembark from this journey through time and mystery, let us pause to reflect on the Queen Mary's enigmatic legacy. This grand ship, a floating repository of history and hauntings, continues to captivate and chill those who walk her decks. Here, the line between reality and folklore blurs, each shadow and creak a testament to her storied past. Whether steeped in spectral myth or historical fact, the Queen Mary invites us all to explore her depths. The Queen Mary sails on, carrying with her the echoes of the past and the whispers of the unseen.